right, fellow Vikings, welcome back. This time, let's take a look at the garden. So, I put a challenge out in the last video, all right? I wanted to know what was so cool about the water thing going on over there and all that kind of stuff. You know, making tea. Why was that so cool? Someone did get it right. At the end of this video, I'll let you know what the whole cool thing was and all that good stuff. But right now, let's look at some plants. So, I had a blast over at Baker's Creek. That was absolutely fantastic. You know, seeing a bunch of fellow YouTubers that are really chill people that I love hanging out with, listening to some great speakers. If you haven't had a chance to do this, I really suggest that you get down to Baker's Creek one of these years. You know, actually meet Doug and Stacy, hang out with Farm Alarm or Vicky and Sammy. You know, like. There's so many YouTubers there. I could spend like an hour listing them off. Okay, that is not an exaggeration, right? You see cameras everywhere. I'm pretty sure you saw yesterday in a few shots, the other day in a few shots. A camera here and there filming someone. You know, there's YouTubers all over the place. So if you want to see some of your favorite Homestead YouTubers, head down to Baker's Creek. Now, what do I use, or what plants did I get this year? All right. So we went there, we got a whole bunch of seeds. We got so many seeds. Actually, they had buckets of seed for you to go ahead and grab for free. Okay, like you reach in there, you grab just a little bit of seed here and there, right, and fill up a little packet, right? They had these mongrel beets. What were they called? They were called red giant mongrel beets or something like that, right? They were massive, like massive beets. Like they had one on display. It was beautiful, right? So of course, I got a whole bunch of that, right? At the very least, that's goat feed over the winter, you know? If I can't eat all that, which I guarantee you I can't eat a couple dozen giant mongrel beets, okay? These things were like 3 of my head size. Like if you chopped off my head and stacked 3 of them high, that's what it is, right? They're huge, right? I got a big head, right? Now, all right, what else did I get? Let's come down low. These right here are goji berries. Goji berries. Right. So I got the goji berries. I got some standard herbs here and there. Which I mean, why go through and list all the herbs, right? We got a whole bunch of that, and those are going inside their own pot. They're going inside. Let's see, what else did I grab? We got some patchouli. Okay, I plan on making soap with the patchouli. Let's see, we got, so much stuff. I got stevia, right? A lot of people don't really like stevia because they have the store-bought stuff, right? The store-bought stuff is mainly sugar with a little bit of stevia in it. But I got stevia. I'm going to put that inside of a pot all on its own, right? So that I'm able to overwinter it. Because if you overwinter stevia, it'll become 2 to 3 times as sweet it was the year before, right? And right before spring, right, or right as spring's starting to hit, you can cut off a bunch of cuttings of the larger bush and clone it all over the place, right? And like make your yield tremendously large. You know, instead of doing like 2 years worth of stevia or sweetener in general, sugar, you know, is what it is, right? You now have literally like a good few years, right, of dried stevia powder, and that goes so far. And so here's a pro tip for your kombucha, all right? Stevia is not fermentable. So if you want to have a sweet kombucha in your secondary fermentation, all right, then you add a little bit of stevia to it, all right, in your secondary fermentation, not your first fermentation, but the secondary flavoring stage, right? When you're bottling, you add in just a little bit of stevia, right? It won't make it any more alcoholic or anything like that. It's not fermentable, so it's a way of sweetening your kombucha without having that major like alcohol bite to it. This year, I told myself I wasn't gonna do too many tomatoes, right? And honestly, I think I might have gone a little overboard, because right back there we have around 80 plants, just right around there, 80 plants. I think that'll be good enough for all of our tomato products for the entire year, you know, assuming that we don't get overdone with bugs like we did last year, right? Our tomato bed and our potato bed both were completely eaten through by bugs. So if I want to yield this year, I figured might as well go big or go home. But I am doing some things different, right? Well, while I was at Baker's Creek, I got a whole bunch of what's it called? Soybeans, right? My plan this year is to do about 80 plants of soy, not for market, but for soy milk and making tofu and miso and all that stuff, so that we're able to cut down on the cost at the store, right? And eat less meat and all that. Like, it's not about eating less meat, really. It's more about the sustainability of eating less meat, right? If you cut out a lot of meat from your diet, right, you're gonna be a little bit healthier, right? My dad eats a crap ton of meat. Every meal has to have meat. Like, we'll have eggs with sausage, right? Earlier he wanted fried eggs with corned beef, right? Not a big deal, right? That's pretty normal. But when it comes to dinner, right, he wants like sausage with his ham, you know. he wants pounds of meat, and I can't do that. My stomach can't handle that. And by incorporating in the tofu, right, I'll be able to make decent meals that will be nutritious for us, and hopefully simulate some of that meat, so that I'm not spending as much money at the grocery store to buy meat when I have full meals that are completely plant-based, or close to completely plant-based. I know, right? But the flavor, right? The flavor. Well, if you butcher one chicken, you have one chicken to eat, right? That's for most families, that's a meal or two, right? Maybe three if you're a small family, all right? But if you butcher that one chicken, right, and make stock and broth out of it, right, you could turn that one chicken into about 10 to 15 meals, just soaking the tofu inside of that chicken stock, all right? And then from there, you have the flavor of the chicken, right? You can get the texture of the chicken if you do it right. There's videos online. Look up vegan channels on how to do tofu so it tastes like chicken, right? They'll show you how to do it. I like to cheat, and I use the actual chicken stock and all that. I know it's not vegan. It's good, and instead of taking 10 lives, I took one. Check it out. Woo! Anyways, back to the plants. now that the boring plant stuff is out of the way, I know a bunch of you liked it. I think it's boring. I mean, if you were here, I would love to talk about plants all day long. I absolutely love them. They are freaking cool. They are my food friends and they are amazing. But, you know, now that that's out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff. You know, like what was so cool about the making the tea. See, to me, this is really freaking cool because first of all, I really love tea. I love kombucha. I like to drink tea often, like about a gallon a day. This is not an exaggeration. I drink around a gallon a day, right? Normally sweetened with the stevia that you saw. You know, literally just throw in a couple stevia leaves as you're brewing the tea, and it's good to go. You know, no sugar needed. Absolutely delicious. But the reason why this was so cool, right? And you know, how do I put this? It's right there, right? The reason why this is so cool isn't just because of this right here, right? Which that is a major part of it. And you can see my walls open because I've been plumbing it and getting everything good to go. Yes, all that's gonna be closed up here soon. But I'm putting like a heater vent through it so that I can keep my water tank from freezing this winter. I'm gonna build a little surround for it. But what's even cooler about the whole water thing is the fact that there's hot water. Like, it's seriously hot water. It was 150 degrees inside there when I brewed it. Like 150 degree water. That's why it brewed so fast. I think that's way cool. Like I could literally turn on the tap and water comes out, right? But better yet, hot water comes out. I could take a hot shower inside of my bathroom and, you know, be nice and comfortable and not have to worry about the water going cold or, you know, keeping the fire stoked or any of that. Yes, I'm using a generator for it right now. I'm looking for an off-grid solution. I think I'm going to do biogas for it. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But yeah, anyways, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think about all of this going on here. You know, all of that common YouTube stuff that I don't normally talk about. Yeah, do those things. Do those things. Anyways, I think I'm done. I mean, my dad's over there yelling at me. He's making dinner. So I'm gonna go, you know, help cook and then eat.